Hello, my name's Debbie McWilliams. I'm a casting director in London and one of the founder members of the International Casting Directors Network. We were brought together by the European Film Promotion at least 20 years ago, and there were only 12 of us at the time, and I believe there's probably over 100 now from countries from all over the world. Back then we were a very kind of tight-knit group. We all knew each other very well. I had got to know Beatrice Kruger, for instance, through working with her, and it was through kind of connections like that that the ICDN really got going. And because I've had the great good fortune to work a lot in different foreign countries, I would always contact a casting director if there was one there, and would usually end up inviting them to join the ICDN. And that's how we've sort of exponentially grown and now cover the whole of Europe. We have American members, we have had visitors from China. We haven't quite cracked it in Australia or Africa or India yet, as far as I know, but these are countries where perhaps there isn't such an established career path as there is in Europe and America, but constantly growing, and the more we can exchange ideas, the stronger it makes us, because I have taken it upon myself actually to really try and get together people to create a contract for themselves, because we are very much the exploited group of the film industry. People ask us for our help all the time without really being willing to pay us any money. And of course it's our knowledge that is so useful, and we've gained this knowledge through a lot of hard work, and a lot of people tend to exploit this. And I was pretty determined that we were not to be exploited, that if you are asked to work on something, that you absolutely get them to give you a contract of how much they're going to pay you and for how long. That has been the biggest struggle of all our careers, I would say, is to be recognised by the producers as an effective force within the team. And they never really take into consideration that we have to pay our own overheads. For instance, most other people who work on films, who are all freelance as we all are, they don't keep offices or assistants or have telephone bills and all the rest of it, and we do. I mean, we rely on keeping all our information in one place, and so a lot of people do have offices, and a lot of people work from home as well, but it's still a costly business and not one that should be given information given for free. The kind of levels, we do slightly different jobs in different countries. We, for instance, in the UK and in America, will become very much involved in the contracts of actors, whereas people in France, I know, don't. People in Germany don't, I don't think, and most other European countries are not involved in the actual financial negotiations, which we are. And I think for those reasons we are paid quite a bit more than our European counterparts, but it is a very, it's a major part of the job, and we keep a budget and we work to a budget, and I kind of don't quite know how you do the job effectively if you don't do that, but obviously people do. I think by now you probably know what a casting director does. We're responsible for assembling the cast, and we do this by interpreting what we read on the page and working very closely with the director, who may have their own ideas, but who we can also kind of influence, shall we say, with our own ideas, and hopefully end up with a satisfactory solution at the end of it. I think we play a really important part, because I think a lot of directors tend to rely on people they already know, and it's our job to introduce people who they won't know and give a chance to, because otherwise you just see the same old people over and over again. And I really go out of my way to try and cast different people in every project that I work on. The film that I think I've been most pleased with the casting of was Casino Royale. Every single person in that film I thought was absolutely fantastic, and I became very involved in making sure that everybody could play poker, because somebody said at the very beginning of it, "Oh, nobody ever gets that right." And I knew that Martin Campbell, the director, knew very little about poker as well. So I was determined that everyone should look like they knew what they were doing. And in fact, we all became quite obsessed with playing poker. And I visited lots of casinos and met lots of dealers, and it was a fascinating world. Not one that I would like to spend too much time in, but if you look at the kind of grand finale of Casino Royale, around that poker table, every single person I thought was really interesting, and made, even if they had no dialogue, they made a real contribution. So I enjoyed that very much indeed. I really hope the ICDN goes on expanding, and I really think that it's a job that deserves to be better recognised. We have finally in the UK been given our first award by our Film Academy at BAFTA, and what we're all really working towards is an Oscar, because I think once we've gained that, we will really have gained our place at the top table, for which we have been working towards for a very long time and thoroughly deserve. So that's our next challenge, and I hope it won't be too long. Thank you.